It's time to get your champagne wishes and caviar dreams. Welcome inside the Hall of Fame. Now, can you dig that?
Boom! Welcome inside the Hall of Fame. I'm Booker T, 6-time world champ, 2-time Hall of Famer. Got my man Brad Gilmore here with me, as always, because we getting ready to do this thing, man. Want to thank everybody, like what I say everybody, I mean everybody for stepping inside the Hall of Fame, give you champagne wishes and caviar dreams, man. I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good. You can feel it, right? Because I can feel it in my bones. Check it out. Check out the flame. Check out the flame right there on the shoulder, right there on the shoulder next to that 20-inch gun. Check it out. Check it out. Because I've been training. Because guess what? I'm stepping back in. I'm stepping back in. 5, 5, 9, 5, 5, 5, 9. Going inside the ring just one more time, because you know what? I can't think of a better way. I couldn't think of a better way to bring in this new year, whooping somebody's ass. You know what I mean? So, hey, everybody wanted to know if it was true. Everybody wanted to know if it was real. Well, damn it, it's real. You know what? Am I the man I used to be? Am I the man I used to be? No. You know, am I great as I once was? No. But I can still be great once. You know what? Of course, the right knee is bummed out. Of course, the cartilage is bone on bone. Of course, all of that. But you know what? I'm going to tape it up, because you know why? You know why? Because how you going to tell a man? How you going to tell a man he can't go out there and do it like he once did once before? How you going to do it? You can't do it. That's what I'm talking about. So me, myself, get ready. January 11th, Walker, Texas, Lawyer Arena. Bam, stepping right back inside the square circle. Look at the flame. Look at the ball right there. Look at the flame. Look at the flame. Still burning deep inside. Still burning deep inside. So I'm going to tell this youngster, you know, January the 11th. Shucky ducky quack quack, baby. I'm back.
So for those who might not have seen all the internet headlines on all the wrestling sites,
they seen it, Brad. They seen it. It's all plastered all over social media, all over all the sites, you know, have picked it up as well as Booker T. Bad man stepping back here. But go ahead, Go ahead.
Well, I was just saying, for those,
go ahead, give us the synopsis. Go ahead, lay it out for them.
For those who might have come in late,
they haven't been living under a rock, Brad. They got Twitter. No, they got X. They got X. They got Google. They got Google. Siri. What's the latest news on Booker T? He's bad. That's what Siri's gonna say. But go ahead. I didn't mean to hold you up. Go ahead, and get the people what they want to hear.
if they have been living under a rock.
They haven't been living under a rock. The thing is, they've been all over the sites this morning looking at what's going on with Booker T getting ready to step on this young Somalian, think he can step up in my spot. He want to be the main one. How you gonna be the main one when I'm the main one? You can't do it. But go ahead. Let the people know exactly what happened. Go ahead. Let the people know.
Just in case your Wi-Fi connection isn't working.
The Wi-Fi is connected. I can tell you that right now because people have been texting me all morning. People have been hitting me up all morning. Booker T, what's going on? Is it really happening? Oh, yes, it's going to really happen. It's going to really happen. I'm going to go out there. I'm gonna spank that boy. I'm gonna spank him like a newborn baby when he come out the womb and the doctor have to slap him a couple of times to wake him up to make him cry. That's what's gonna happen on January 11th. I'm gonna make this kid cry like a newborn baby. But go ahead, let the people know who we're talking about.
Look, in case y'all might have still been sleeping and hadn't woken up this morning to peruse the online websites last night. Reality Wrestling Breakout, Walker, Texas Lawyer Arena, the final reality wrestling show of 2024, headlined by the Bad Apple, Brian Keith and Gino taking on La Familia. Also, AJ Francis and the grizzled Ryan Davidson tore the house down. But there was an interaction between U-Book and a gentleman by the name of Zilla Fatu, the main one, the former reality wrestling champion, Zilla Fatu. And a challenge it seemingly was made and accepted for January the 11th, Battle to the Bell at the Walker, Texas Lawyer Arena. Tickets available at realitywrestling.com right now if you're anywhere in the area. If you're not in the area, book a plane ticket, come down January 11th, spend your new year with the new era of reality of wrestling, kicking things off. Zilla, you and Zilla. I don't understand how we got here. How did we get here? What happened?
The thing is,
you were his mentor. You meant something to him.
See, the thing is, man, people need to understand their place in this business. All right, they need to understand the role that they play. In a company such as Reality of Wrestling. I'm the boss. I make all the rules. When guys come around like Zilla, I've seen them come a dime a dozen. You know what I mean? I always tell them, look, sucker. The show's gonna go on with or without you. All right, Zilla. I came out to address the reality of the Road Nation. All right, and I was talking about a situation. And the thing is, I wasn't even talking about Zilla. But one thing about me, I say this. You've heard me say it once. I've said it 1,000 times. Concern yourself with business that concern you. I learned that from Beverly Hills Cop. You know what I mean? Axel Foley said it. You know what I mean? Actually, he was talking to Axel Foley. But, concern yourself with business that concern you, Mr. Foley. That's what Zilla needs to do. He needs to concern himself with business that concern him. Look, of course, there was, a couple of mishaps that happened, which led to him losing the Reality Wrestling Championship. Is that my fault? Is that my fault? No, it's not my fault. You go back down to the bottom and you work your way back up to the top. You don't cry. You don't cry over spilled milk. That's not what you do. That's not what winners do, Brett. You know that. How many times have you cried over something like that?
Over spilled milk? Never.
Yeah, exactly.
Not once.
Exactly my point. So you get right back. You fall off the horse. What are you supposed to do?
You get right back on it.
You get right back on it. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice.
You can't fool me again.
That is. So my thing is this. Zilla needs to understand that this reality of wrestling world does not revolve around him. Okay? He's got his Zilla Nation. Of course they come and support him. Hopefully they'll come on the 11th. All right? Because they're going to see a beating of a lifetime. They're going to see a man get beat so bad. He's going to get beat so bad. He's going to say, please, just don't beat me anymore. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen on January 11th. Now, is it my fault? No, it's not my fault. It's just like back in the day when Teddy Long would put people in situations. It was Teddy's fault. It was Teddy's fault when everything went awry. When things just blew up right in his face. The same thing's going to happen with Zilla Fatu. He made a challenge. He wrote a check. His ass gave cash. That's what he did. That's what he did. So my thing is this. We're gonna make him pay. All right. We're gonna break his punk ass down. We're gonna show him that you don't walk in reality of wrestling and run anything. You may call yourself the main one, which at reality of wrestling, it means nothing. It means nothing. It means nothing to me. Maybe it means something to the Zilla Nation or whatever you call his people. But on the 11th, all of that is going to be squashed. All right? All of it's going to be squashed. Trust me on that. All of the people that want to come out and see the destruction of Zilla Fatu. Man, it was a cautionary tale. That's what people are going to be saying 20 years from now. It was a cautionary tale. This kid, he had a hell of a future. He had a hell of a look. He had a hell of a life. Kid could have went to the moon. But all of it came crashing down on January 11th, 2025 at these hands. I build them. Sometime I bend them. But in this case, I will break him.
Well, we're going to find out January the 11th exactly what's going to happen at Battle to the Bell. There's more to come on this storybook.
You know what's going to happen. You know what's going to happen.
Let me ask you a question. If Zilla Fatu was in this room with you right now, what would you be doing?
You know what? I'm a diplomat. You know, I can sit and talk with a man. You know what I mean? Look, when it's time to fight, I'm ready to fight. Now is not the time. But Zilla needs to understand on January 11th, when I do something that I haven't done in quite some time, and that's pull out the white boots, tape the old right hand up, and deal street justice. Oh, baby. That's when it gets real. And this right here, this big right here is where the power lies. I know we got to take a break. We got to pay a few bills. Got some new sponsors coming in for 2025. We want to take care of all of them, so stick around. Stick around, Zilla. Stick around. We'll be back in a minute. Can you dig it, sucker? And this episode is sponsored by Blue Chew. Guys, let's talk about it. Let's talk about sex. Hey, you remember when you was always ready to go? I'm talking about strapping the rocket on it, man. Going straight to the moon. I'm talking about getting it done. If you want that extra confidence, I got something for you. Listen up, BlueChew.com. Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, Levitra, but in a chewable tablet at the fraction of the cost.
But the great thing, Book, is you can take it any time, day or night, so you can plan ahead or be ready whenever an opportunity arises. The process is simple. You sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days.
The best part, guys, it's all done online on the internet. So there's no doctor's visit, no awkward conversations, no waiting in line at a pharmacy or any of that.
And the thing is, Book, Blue Chew's tablets, they're made right here in the USA and prepared and shipped direct to your door in a discreet package, so no one is the wiser.
You know, let's just get it out there, guys. Blue Chew wants to help you have better sex. Discover your options at BlueChew.com. It's like this. Chew it and do it. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Try Blue Chew absolutely free when you use promo code Booker at your checkout. Just pay $5 for shipping, man. That's BlueChew.com. Use promo code Booker to receive your first month absolutely free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And, you know, we want to thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the Hall of Fame podcast. Chew it and do it. Oh, yeah, man. I got to hit the gym, man. As soon as we finish up, get me a protein drink, one of those protein bars. We get in the gym for probably maybe hour, 15 minutes, and just hang and bang in the zone. Yeah, because I'm feel. I know you guys. I know you see the jackness. I wore this tank top just to let everyone know. I haven't been getting fat. You know what I mean? I haven't been just laying around on the sofa eating cheese balls or anything like that. No, I've been in the gym and I've been training. I've been training hard just for these type of moments. You know, you never know when you have to, be ready. So you stay ready all the time. Hard work is easy work. And that's what's going to happen on January 11th at the Walker Texas Lawyer Arena. Oh, yes, man.
Well, again, I'm excited for Battle to the Bell. Just a few things
Battle
on
to
this.
the bell. Battle
I
to
just
the
want to
bell.
clarify one thing. Did you refer to Zilla as a Somalian?
That's what T-Pain would say, right?
That's what he would say. Yeah, that's what I was. Booty bigger than a Somalian.
So yes,
He
that's what.
also rhymed mansion with Wisconsin. So,
Yeah,
he's known to do some stuff.
yeah. When I heard him say that, I was like, I gotta use that one day. Somalian.
He's like, I'm gonna make this rhyme.
I'm serious.
This
So
is
if anybody wondering where I got that from, that's where I got it from. T-Pain.
T-Pain, booty going up down. Is the name of the
Oh
song. But also a couple chats that came in on this. One is from John JID 999 that says Booker's gonna come out dressed as Victor Maitland.
That was a mistake. It's the phone. Concern yourself with business that concern you. No joke, man. That's a classic, man.
My favorite though, I know we talk about this movie all the time, but one of my favorite scenes is when he goes into the country club.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, yeah.
And he's like, "Is Victor here?" And he's kind of acting like they're a couple, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
And then he goes and confronts him in the country club.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Yeah,
that's pretty good, man.
Really good.
Love that movie.
Yeah.
And you said you liked the new one, right? You were a fan.
Axel Left.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. It just, it's kind of sad at the same time.
No, I hear you. I hear you. Now again, book January 11th, Battle to the Bell. Not only is whatever is going to happen between you and the main one, Zilla Fatu, the former reality wrestling champion of the world, is going to go down at the Walker Texas Lawyer Arena. Also, the 2 Battle to the Bell ladder matches are going down. One for the men, one for the women. This is a unique concept to reality wrestling where you climb a ladder and actually have to ring the bell that's suspended over the ring to win the match. And then you get an automatic opportunity at a championship of your choosing, and you can cash that in whenever, wherever, however. So those are also 2 marquee matches. People are going to get to start off January 2025 for reality wrestling, already off to a hot start. And I will say this, during the break, looked at realitywrestling.com. I went to the ticket section, and the tickets are already flying off the shelves. It's going to be hard to get a seat on January 11th.
Yeah, we've been looking, man. I've been getting calls from all over the place, man. I mean, Africa, Australia, Japan, Korea, people saying they want to come in for this match. They want to come in to see it. They want to come in to see Zilla get dropped on his head just one last time. They want to see Booker T go out and just make that walk just one more. You know what I mean? So I say, guys, get your tickets and get them now. All right. If things go as planned, we may have to get a bigger building. Okay. All right. We may have to get a bigger building and move the thing down in Texas City, at the big venue down there and really do it up. I think they hold about a 10,000 seat arena down there that we might have to do something like this. But I know the people want to see it. People want to see it. People are going to come in and see it. They're going to buy it. They're going to buy it because right now this is like Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. Okay. That's what this is like. All right. It's someone like Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, but I'm not on any blood thinners or anything like that. I'm not on any, heart medication or anything like that. And I'm gonna tell you right now, long hours in the gym. Seems like I've been like almost turning back the clock a little bit. So, am I gonna be in shape? Am I gonna be ready? Am I gonna be fully prepared for this situation? Oh yes, man. I'm gonna be prepared in you know what? In more ways, this is a riddle. In more ways than one.
Okay. We'll have to see what plays out on January the 11th. Street
Riddle.
justice
It's a riddle.
will
Street
be
justice.
brought to
That's
Zilla
what we're gonna call
Fatu.
it. That's what we're gonna call this movie, because it's gonna be like a movie. The camera's gonna be rolling. We're gonna call it Street Justice. Yeah,
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 I like it.
yeah.
I like it. Also, you know what? And I know there's a lot more wrestling and reality wrestling and AEW. Adam Copeland came back on Saturday. There's a lot of stuff going on, but I think we would be remiss if we didn't pay tribute to the 39th president of the United States, Jimmy Carter, who passed away yesterday at the age of 100. I know he's been in hospice care for quite some time, but he turned 100, I think, back in October and succumbed here just yesterday. Jimmy Carter was president before I was around, book. But I know that although, there may have been tumultuous times at the time in the country, Jimmy Carter was always carrying himself as a statesman, a proud Georgian. He was a Georgia peanut farmer who grew up in a house that didn't have electricity or running water and became the president of the United States. And so we definitely salute him in what he was able to do and did a lot for Habitat for Humanity. I know he and his wife were big advocates for mental health and things of that nature. So although he served 4 years in the White House, he had 100 years of impact on the people of the United States.
Yeah, he definitely wanted to be remembered, man. He did a hell of a job, in so many different ways outside of that, White House, so you got to give him his props. So 100 years old, man. That's a test right there, that I wish to pass one day, hopefully.
I'm with you. And you know what? I will tell this real quickly. There was a funny story that I heard Jimmy Carter tell one time. He was on one of the late night shows, and he said that he was going to go give a speech overseas in some country. I don't remember what country it was, but they didn't speak English there. And so he had a translator. And he said, I always like to, tell a joke to kind of break the ice when I'm giving a speech. So he said, I picked one of my jokes, and it wasn't my best one, but it was a short one. And he goes, I told the joke to this crowd, and the translator translates it, and they bust out in this huge laughter. He said, I'd never gotten a reaction like that before from this joke. And he said, so after the speech, I was kind of excited, and I went over to the translator, and I asked him, hey, tell me exactly how you told the joke, because I want to say it the same way the next time so I can get that kind of reaction. And the translator said, well, Mr. President, after you told the joke, I turned to the audience and said to them, the president has just told a joke and he'd like for you to laugh. And he goes, oh, okay. I wonder why I got such
man, I wonder if that's what happened to me when I spoke at that plant, because everybody was Spanish and I had a translator and they was laughing their asses off.
Mr. T said something funny. You need to laugh.
I swear to God, man. Making me wonder now.
You never know.
I'm serious, man. You never know, man. Seriously, no. But in the world of wrestling, man, what is going on? What's the biggest topic? What's the latest topic? I know AEW. It's a lot of talk with AEW. I mean, one thing that was said as far as the video that was put out, Tony Khan, that the Hangman Adam Page and CM Punk. He said the reason why he put that video out was, a really, really good reason was to get a TV deal out of it. And I'm like, man, that's a crazy concept. That's a crazy thought, to put that video out, to give, I see it in certain ways because I think when they put that video out, I think they had over 800,000 people watch the show that night.
Mm-hmm.
And
you're referring to him and CM Punk and Jungle Boy.
Jungle Boy, yeah, that's right. Yeah, and so I guess that was kind of smart, but I just question Tony Khan's thinking sometimes as far as doing something like that, and if he did it for that reason, that's kind of, I don't know, it's just kind of odd. It's just kind of odd, just because it wasn't the highlight moment of AEW's time since they've been in business, as well as it was something that totally overshadowed what they had did, which was a huge show, if I'm not mistaken, you know what I mean? So it just seemed like it's just, I don't know, kind of watering down the product.
I think that look, obviously as wrestling fans, We always liked the behind the scenes drama and knowing what's going on, especially in today's social media world. We like that. And I understand why one might feel compelled to play that video to garner interest. And when I think about some of the worst decisions made in the year 2024 in terms of any wrestling promotion, you can trace it back to that being one of the worst decisions. And I'll tell you why. Because when you air that for one night and you pop that rating of over 800,000, well, guess what? The next week, the rating wasn't the same. If your idea was to bring in a bigger audience to hopefully be interested in something else that they're seeing on the show so that you have a sustained growth week over week, that was a failure. The other thing is this: if more people are interested in a behind the scenes fight that happened at a pay-per-view, a real life fight between two of your competitors, if they're more interested in that than the television stories that you're giving them on your product, you're also in trouble, because they need to be just as engaged with the stories on screen as they are with the minutia of what happens behind the scenes. And to me, the casual quote unquote viewer that is ever so elusive for all wrestling companies, everyone wants the casual viewer who's not plugged in. That's not how you attract a casual viewer. You might bump the rating for the night, but it's not sustainable. And we've seen that because now AEW Rampage has been, I think they called it suspended for the foreseeable future of something like that was the terminology used. Rampage is no longer airing.
The Saturday night show.
The Friday night show.
Friday night show, okay.
Yeah. Collision is still.
Wait a minute. Okay, I think I was watching Collision last time with Will Hobbs on there. Yeah, I think that was Collision, yeah.
Yeah, right. Collision is still running, but Rampage is no longer a show that is going to have airtime for now.
I didn't know that. I guess because the rating was so low, right? I mean, a couple 100,000 people was watching, right?
Well, I'll tell you this: if the rating was high, it wouldn't be going away. You know what I mean?
I don't know, man. It's one of those things. And I know people can say, "Well, why did you talk about WWE?" I'm just talking about just a couple little things right here with AEW. I know we got to take a break though. Let's take a little break, come back, regroup, and finish talking about AEW. I will be back in a minute. Can you dig it, sucker? All right, everyone, it's Booker T and Brad Gilmore here, and we've got something exciting for all you sports, comedy, music, and theater fans out there. We're talking about Game Time, the fastest, easiest way to get your hands on tickets to your favorite events.
That's right, Book. We love all those spontaneous, unforgettable moments, and Game Time is here to make them happen. Whether it's a last-minute decision to see a game or a sudden urge to catch a live show, Game Time has got you covered, giving fans access to tickets even at the last minute in over 60 cities across the United States and Canada.
And guys, this ain't about getting in. This is about getting the best seats in the house. With Game Time, you can see images of your seat before you buy it. So no surprises there, guys. You can score tickets swiftly. Skip the line, guys. Just dive straight into the moment.
Absolutely. And listen to this. Game Time guarantees the best prices. Find tickets in the same section in row for less elsewhere. Game Time will give you a credit of 110% of the difference. So there's no reason to wait, Book.
So whether it's the thrill of the game, the laughter of the comedy, the rhythm of the music, or the drama of the theater, guys, don't let the opportunity skip by. Choose Game Time. Grab your tickets and just enjoy the moment.
Live should be spontaneous, Book. So guys, don't miss out. Check out Game Time now on their app or at gametime.co. That's gametime.co.
Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Just download the Game Time app, create an account, and use the code BOOKER for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Lowest price. Guaranteed. Oh, yes. Boom. Back inside the Hall of Fame. We just talking a little AEW and what's going on over there. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff going on in AEW right now. Hurt Business.
Hurt Syndicate. The Hurt Syndicate.
A lot of good work, I think. What do you think about their work?
Oh, no, look, I love the Hurt Business when they were in WWE, and I think we've talked about on this show, and I definitely stand behind. It was cut way too short. That had a lot of legs, man, and there was a whole babyface run they could have had. There was a lot of merch that they could have made, and I understand if I'm MV or Bobby why it's like, or Shelton for that matter, like, man, we could, this was a money act.
But look here, bro. Right
No,
now,
no, no. It was a money act book. It was a money act.
it was a money act. It was a money act. But right now, that's in the past. We
No,
talking about
I know, but now they're doing good work in AEW.
talking about right now with the syndicate. What do you think about the syndicate work?
This is what I was getting to.
Oh,
Now that they had this opportunity, now that they had this opportunity to now have that, I guess, extended life in AEW, I think it's great. I mean, and look, here's the thing. Bobby, MV, and Shelton, individually and as a unit, they pass the legitimacy test. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You look at these guys, you're like, they're gonna kick somebody's ass. Like, that's what it looks like. And I think that that's a much, much welcomed visual for AEW, is to have that dominant faction of established guys who can actually are believable. And if you're turning the channel, you see them out there, you know, business is picked up, you know. And you know what? To have guys like them have even young talent like we saw him last night in the main event of reality wrestling, the Bad Apple, Brian Keith, the bounty hunter as we know him, make his reality wrestling return last night. Brian's looking good, by the way, man. He's
chest, his chest getting thick, right?
He's getting thicker, and he looks great.
He's getting mature, man. He's getting more mature. Yeah, he's aging a little bit, and he's doing it very, very well. But
man, he hits a knee in his matches where he hits you with that knee.
Yeah,
God, it looks like it kills the guy.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, he's perfected that too, man. The headbutt in the corner too is something always.
Corner.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
And the thing is, I've never been a big headbutt fan, but when he does it, it's definitely it's different. Yeah.
No, it looks great.
Like he's doing it like right to your mouth, you know, your nose. Yeah, I mean? But no, he definitely put some spice on it and make it as real as he possibly can. But no, he's doing a hell of a job. What do you think about heel Ricochet?
Yeah, it's interesting. You know, Ricochet, obviously his in-ring work has always spoke for himself, bigger than his, quote unquote character work. I think that it's always nice to have a challenge, and I've never seen Ricochet in a heel role.
Yeah.
Do I have like a strong opinion on it right now?
Seems
no.
like you reserved a little bit.
I'm a little reserved about it. But,
Yeah.
I want to see more before I have a fully fleshed opinion about it.
Yeah. I like Ricochet. I mean, his work has always been extraordinary.
Of course.
One thing I always questioned Ricochet on was going out and selling a certain way for certain guys. I saw him in a match with Brody King, and I only watched a portion of it. So guys, don't say Booker T doesn't watch AEW. I don't, but I just happened to have it on because it was a Ricochet match, and I want to see the difference in Ricochet from what he was doing in WWE to what he's doing now, because he's got that free range to actually go out there and just do his stuff and just let it all hang out. And he was working with Brody King, who is a monster, baby. This dude's a monster, man. I ain't lying. And that dude, he can work. Brody King actually can work. And he did a spot with Ricochet outside the ring, and boom, Ricochet took a bump and screamed out, please just don't hit me anymore. And I go, wait a minute. That didn't correlate with what's going on here. And then beat the guy later on in the match. Ended up beating Brody King to advance or whatever. It might have been
Classic.
It might have been tournament based, whatever. And I go, wow, man, if that's the one thing I would say, man, don't do that ever again. Don't ever scream out like that. Because I've seen a lot of fights in my life. I've seen a lot of fights in MMA, boxing. I saw Antonio Nogueira get his arm broken. Totally broken. Pop. And he looked at it like it was a mosquito landing on his arm or something like that. Seriously. So that does not correlate with, what we're trying to get done here. So that would be a huge piece of advice, understand, how to react when you're out there performing.
Yeah, it's interesting. I just listened this morning. Cody Rhodes was on I think it's Two Bears, One Cave podcast with Tom Segura and Bert Kreischer. And was talking about the series of matches he had with Brock Lesnar. And he said that in those matches with Brock, Brock's such a big guy and such a dominating force. He said that Brock makes you earn everything that he does for you in the ring, right? From a sell job, from even getting shot off the ropes or whatever. He's like, Brock's going to make you earn it because it's real to Brock in that way. Do you know what I mean? He has this sense of legitimacy. And I know people can have their opinions on Brock Lesnar. I think he's one of the greats. Really, when you watch his in-ring work, he's one of the greats, man.
He definitely developed, into a really, really good artist. I must say that.
Especially when you see the way that, there's 3 matches that always come to mind with Brock that I think about from the recent run. It was him and Finn Balor, him and Daniel Bryan, and especially him and AJ Styles. All smaller guys compared to Brock considerably. And not one time in the match did you think they didn't have a chance. Because Brock, once he would put himself, you say this, I don't want to give away the secrets, but he put himself out of position to put himself in position for the smaller guy and was able to sell in the believable fashion. This guy's 300 pounds. He's 6'5" or whatever he is, a Viking of an athlete, but still knew how to position himself in a way to make sure people bought in 100%. He's
to the
story.
It's
in the story.
That's the thing right there, to the story. It's just like Ryan Davison and AJ Francis had a match last night, and they were 2 big guys, 2 huge guys, but they went out and told me a really, really good story. And I was like, man, you guys did a hell of a job. So, no, that's what it's about at the end of the day. And Brock, he definitely figured out how to go out and, no matter who he was working with, think about the story and think about how I can create and make this thing as real as we possibly can make it. And a lot of it was real, I must say.
Yeah. He'd lay him in a little bit.
Oh, hell yeah.
He felt it just a little bit.
Yeah.
But no, AEW's got a lot of things going on. Adam Copeland back from injury. Remember he had that cage dive where I think he broke his ankle.
Yeah. Good. I'm glad he's back. I'm sure he won't be doing any more dives like that.
No. You can throw that out.
Because I'm going to tell you, as soon as I saw it, I can't wait to talk to him about it. I was like, what the hell was he thinking? That was not a good idea. But no, man, that's the thing, man. Adrenaline can make you do some crazy stuff, make you jump off stuff, and I never want that. I never want that endorphin in my body while I'm thinking about jumping off something. Forget about that. No, but what else is going on in AEW or WWE for that fact?
Well, I mean, tonight is the final Raw on USA. It's going to be right here in Houston, Texas, Toyota Center before Netflix.
Just tried to get one of my people some tickets. Tickets going like hotcakes, man. It's like when I came into WWE, I said, hey, man, can I get 6 tickets for this show? And Hebner told me, but we sell tickets around here. I was like, oh, okay, can I get 2? So that's what they had right there with WWE, man. Those tickets are going like hotcakes, and I just tried to get, some of my people a couple of tickets for the show tonight. Hopefully, they'll get the old email and they'll get a chance to get in and celebrate the final Raw on USA. Wow.
Final Raw on broadcast television.
Wow.
I mean, this is going to Netflix. Netflix, January 6th, big matches. You're going to have, tribal combat between Solo Sikoa and Roman Reigns. CM Punk versus Seth Rollins is going to be the first match in Netflix history to kick off Monday Night Raw and so much more. I mean, it's a big show.
It could be significant. It really could. This thing could really be significant going to Netflix and being able to tap into the Attitude Era, per se, and really be able to, I wouldn't say cross the line, but definitely come to the edge, exactly as much as we possibly can, to really give wrestling that full effect that I think it had with a lot of people that watched it. In my era coming up, we felt like you could talk to the boys about it. You can have a conversation about wrestling and not be looked at it like, man, why are you here? So to be able to, get back to that male soap opera, 18 to 35, I think would be really, really awesome. And this could be that moment that we're upon, with the Netflix deal. So we'll see. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm big on living in the era in which we're living in, right? And knowing what the audience wants, because that's the whole thing as a promoter. You know this. You got to give the people what they want to see. And in Netflix, I think they're going to have that opportunity to have, I'm not sure how much handcuffs were on them in the USA era. I'm not saying that there were, and I'm not expecting a completely different product moving forward because everything WWE's been doing lately has been working. They're more profitable than ever before. But I do expect a little bit more edge, a little bit more laxness on certain things. And we've seen with NXT kind of started it, in my opinion, and then we've seen it translate to the main roster a little bit more. I don't think salacious is the right word, but a little bit more sex appeal has been going on.
Kind of risque.
A little bit more risque. That's the word I'm looking for. It's been a little bit more risque in some of the things that they've done, a little bit more loose with the language. And I think that there's going to be a happy medium between the craziness that we saw in the Attitude Era and then the reservedness we saw in the quote unquote PG era. I think there's going to be a happy medium between the two.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I say let the, cut the gloves off.
Cut the gloves off.
Cut the gloves off, man. Getting away from that TV 14, rating, getting to the point to where we can actually go out and, drop a few, slang words, whatnot, get a little bit more risque, like you say, as far as, just the attitude of, just like say, for instance, I'm not talking about going back to the Val Venus era or anything.
No.
No, but
we're not talking bra and panty matches either.
No, not talking about that at all. But to be able to just say, for instance, when blood is needed, or if blood happens, it's not, covered up, and you immediately got to stop the match because that's something that happens in a real fight. And if it does get stopped, it's going to be the referee that has to have the wherewithal and understanding, know-how, to do his job because, the blood is so profuse, such as a Colby Covington, getting the hell beat out of him, a couple of weeks ago. But I definitely think Buckley did a hell of a job on that kid, man. We got to talk about that too before we get out of here. We got to take a little quick break. Let's take a little quick break. We'll come back and perhaps speak on Covington versus Joaquin Buckley because it's still a little bit of smoke looming in the air as far as that fight goes. Stick around. We'll be back in a minute. Hey, y'all, Booker T here alongside with my main man, Brad Gilmore. And today we're talking about something that could really change the game when it comes to how you get paid.
That's right, Booker, because let's face it, life doesn't just happen every 2 weeks. So why wait for a payday? With EarnIn, the money you've earned already can be in your hands today.
EarnIn is this incredible app that lets you access your pay as you earn it. We're talking about up to $100 per day and up to $750 each pay period.
All you got to do is download the EarnIn app, verify your paycheck, and boom, you can access up to $100 a day as you work. And the cool part, you just leave an optional tip, and any money you access plus the tip gets repaid when your next paycheck rolls in.
Brad, I'm always talking about staying ready so you don't have to get ready, right? Imagine having that extra cash for that surprise date night, or maybe when you have to take the furry little friend to the vet unexpectedly.
Absolutely, Booker. Or even those times when you need to grab a last minute gift, or maybe you're a little short on rent, or hey, even you might want to pick up some new gear for yourself or your kids or your lady.
Folks, make EarnIn part of your financial playbook. Join over 3.5 million customers who are finding financial stability and peace of mind thanks to EarnIn.
So don't wait around for a payday. Get your money when you need it and take control of your finances. Download EarnIn today and experience what it's like to access pay on your terms.
Get started with Earn In now and join the millions who are getting their pay their way. It's time to earn in, not just earn. Check it out, man. Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame. I know we got some super chatters out there. I know we got a few super chatters that we want to get to here in a bit. Anything wrestling related more you want to talk about? Did you definitely want to dive into this Colby Covington saga? That I think we have a predicament, whatever we want to call it. This dude always seemed to try to keep his name in the news, and I'm talking about by any means necessary. I like that. I like that a lot because he is a true showman. But I wonder. My question is, the show is over for Colby, but anything else? Anything else?
No, look, why don't we dive into Colby a little bit? I mean, that was a fight that he took, I think on short notice. Was it a short notice fight?
Yeah, he took it on short notice. Yeah, he took it on short notice.
But he did get handled pretty handedly.
Yeah. Yeah. I felt the same way. I felt like Colby Covington's skills has diminished. I wouldn't say they corroded or anything like that. They're just diminished. He's getting older. He's one of those guys that's, getting close to that number, and that number is 40, but he's still right now talking about he's the best guy in the division. And that right there, that's it. I like that talk. I like that talk, but you only can talk like that when you win it. You can't talk like that when you lose it. This dude hadn't won a significant fight in quite some time. How many opportunities he's had? He had several opportunities, more than most, to actually cash in. And now with Joaquin Buckley pretty much exposing Colby Covington as being a guy that's, somewhat far past his prime. Let's just say that. Because I think the first fight with Usman versus Covington, that guy against Joaquin Buckley, that's a totally different fight.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? So my thing is the excuses that was made after the fight because there was a doctor stoppage. And the thing is, there's a lot of people making excuses for Colby Covington because they're saying it was a doctor stoppage because it was a cut. How the hell did he get the cut? How did he get it? He got whacked. He got hit. You know what I mean? So he wouldn't have. The doctor wouldn't have stopped it if he wouldn't have got hit and the cut was actually made. So it's like when I hear an argument like that, I go, wow. And then when I hear people actually defending that argument, even Dana White kind of, threw Colby Covington a pass and did not give Joaquin Buckley his props as far as going out there and piecing Colby Covington up for damn near a full 3 rounds. He did it he did it all the way up to they stopped it. Literally, he won just about every aspect of that fight. He got took down, but nothing happened when he was taken down. So my thing is, what's next for Colby Covington? I think he's going to be either a journeyman going forward, a guy that's just going to be spinning his wheels, or step away from it and pretty much wrap it up.
I mean, and I say this with all due respect to guys that I'm about to name, but you think of it like an Anthony Smith, or you think of it like a Chris Weidman. Some of these guys who have Stephen Thompson a little bit to a lesser extent. Some of these guys who were established and great names and had huge fights and big wins and memorable fights, that sometimes they just stick around a little too long. And to me, Colby Covington has been able to talk himself into a lot of fights, and I'm always going to give him props. I remember the first fight with him and Usman. I mean, it came down to the wire there. He was in that fight all the way to the end, and he could have won it conceivably at any moment. And I'm not taking away from his fighting ability at his peak, but I think we've seen the peak past. Even in the fight that he had with Tyron, where he beat Tyron Woodley, Woodley was already like way past his expiration date, and Colby still looked like it was kind of tough for him to get him out of there. And look, all due respect to Colby, he's got more in him than I would. I'm not getting in the octagon, and how you gonna tell a main, as you always say, but I feel like you also got to know when the clock's up, and it struck. And I mean, he took a hell of a beating, man, in that fight.
bro.
Hell of a beating.
Bro, he was leaking all over the place, bro. I'm serious. I mean, from top to bottom. I'm serious. He was bruised, battered, and torn after that fight with that young guy, man. And is Buckley a A+ fighter? I don't think so. But do Buckley got that dog in him right now at this stage of his career? It could perhaps beat anybody in the division on the right night. Oh yes, man, he definitely has that in him right now at this point. He's a guy that's hungry, a guy that's fought so many times since his inception in the UFC, almost compared to Colby Covington being in the UFC so much longer as far as how many fights that they've had. So my thing is when you got a guy like that that's hungry, bro, yeah, nothing you can do, give him his props.
You got to give him his props, and he went out there and he did it, man. He did it. But I don't know. It's sometimes hard to see stuff like, guys who still want to go out there and do it but can't get it done. Do you know what I mean? It's almost in some ways it was almost like the Tyson fight. You know what I mean? Like seeing the Tyson go out there and try to do it because his heart wants to do it, but his body's just not there with him.
Yeah.
But you know what? Wait, real quick. Speaking of fights, did you see what happened at the Rockets game last night?
I did. I saw that. Yeah.
What did you think of that? Tyler Hero got thrown on the floor.
Bro, it was a takedown. It definitely was a takedown. And the thing is, somebody run up on you. What are you gonna do?
Man.
What are you gonna do?
Wow,
Tyler Hero ran up on him and he got pumped out.
He gave him a little wax on, wax off.
Look here, you don't never want to put yourself in a situation like that, especially when you're in too close to somebody like that, not knowing what's going to happen. Oh, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. But I don't think everybody should have got killed. I don't condone it or anything like that.
We don't condone it. We're talking to spectators.
I mean, it's like when you see a good fight break out in hockey. It's just part of the game, just part of it. Man, testosterone. Rockets lost 2 in a row. Close games, right? That was just frustration building up. Frustration came out right there at the end of that game. You can see it. You can see it. I was there. I mean, against Minnesota. I was at that game. I left. 3 minutes left. There was 15 points up. By the time I got to the house, they had lost by a point. They had to be still like frustrated, steaming from that game. And then going into this game, they was up. They was up, and then boom! All of a sudden, the floodgates just opened, and then they're down. Yeah, these young guys just got frustrated, and that's what I chalk it up to. But no, I don't condone it. But it was a good fight, though.
I was trying to figure out, like, who started. Like, I couldn't really figure out. It looks like Tyler Hero got in his grill, right?
Well, they kind of like got tangled up, and then Tyler Hero.
Can we look at it real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can we look at it, and we can kind of break down what happened here? So it looks like there was some commotion. I think this is the thing here. Tyler Hero and him start getting so it's bam, there he goes. So Hero kind of shoved him and then got thrown to the floor. And
got to grab the jersey. Once they grabbed the jersey, it was a tug of war from there. It's like 2 guys with a gi, and one guy got the hip throw, and the other guy just went flying. Nah, it was beautiful. It was a beautiful throw. I wonder if that kid wrestled before he was a ball player. I'm serious, because the throw was beautiful.
He wasn't playing, man. Was he?
Beautiful technique.
He was not playing around at all.
I like that. Them young boys, man, they're gonna do something. I like the Rockets, man.
They got some dog in them, don't they?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Jersey, and then whop. I mean, he just kind of did a little pivot of the hips.
Yeah. Like
his own motion against him.
He probably did a little work. He probably, it might have been, not a reality of wrestling. You never know.
But Book, this is it for us for 2024. We're wrapped,
Hey man, what about the super chatters?
Oh, we have one super chatter we didn't get to. I'm sorry, Cali Toenail. Out here on the grind, but wanted to drop in and say Happy New Year's to you all. 2025, y'all, it's gonna be good. One love. Who you with?
Oh yeah, baby. 2025 is gonna be a big year for reality of wrestling. Hopefully myself as well. We got some huge things planned for reality of wrestling. If you guys want to be a part of the road, go to realitywrestling.com and sign up to go on this journey with us, because man, I'm so freaking excited about 2025 and what we're going to be doing with reality wrestling, and who's going to be the next ID suspect. Who's going to be the next prospect? We'll find out. in the weeks to come. But right now, guys, we got to get up out of here. I want to thank everybody for stepping inside the Hall of Fame. Get your champagne wishes, caviar dreams, Brad, for all the heavy lifting. As always, and until next time, peace. We love you. We out.